Hi there everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Invis here, another episode of Magic Duels. So we're back with more of the Oath of the Gatewatch campaign, so we're going to be taking on Obnixilus's well, that was Obnixilus's campaign mission, which looked like Nissa's, but I don't know if we're going to be taking on Obnixilis with some of the other Planeswalkers this time, or see how it goes. So the Planeswalkers struggle in the Demon's grasp. Just as their vision is going dark, a blaze of light appears. The Pyromancer Chandra Nalar. She rushes to the aid of her fellow Planeswalkers, ready to fight for Zendikar. Okay, so basically Nissa, Jace and Gideon were captured by Obnixilis, and now we're going to play as Chandra, taking on Obnixilis ourselves. Okay, sounds good to me. So, what have we got here then? We've got Frenzied Goblin. Whenever a Frenzied Goblin attacks, you may pay 1 red mana. If you do so, target creature can't block this turn. Yeah, this is actually a really good opening hand. I mean, it's really aggressive, which is really cool. So we've got a Lightning Bolt as well. Deals 3 damage to target creature or player, and that is insanely cheap. I can see why this kind of card isn't well used anymore, just because 1 mana for 3 damage is bonkers. Just like directed anywhere as well. We've got Brute Strength, so target creature gets +3/+1 against trample until end of turn. So basically a Titan Strength, but without the scry, I suppose. So we've got a colourless mana played out from Obnixilis. Okay, so what do we want to do this turn? We've also got Blaze, deals X damage to target creature or player. So we've got some really cool old school Chandra spells here. Yeah, we had to, for some reason, pay the what's it called? The cost there for some reason, but I have no idea why. So we're just going to play out Frenzied Goblin and then play out our second Frenzied Goblin, I think, and hold open the Lightning Bolt and basically see what Obnixilis plays this turn. Okay, so he has played out a Slaughter Drone. So it's 2/2. Let's have a quick look at these. So Slaughter Drone gains Death Touch until end of turn. Okay, so I probably want to just Lightning Bolt that, or do I not bother and just swing with my... Nah, we're going to Lightning Bolt it. Get out of the way. There we go. Do have Chandra's Outrage as well once we find 2 more mana, which is a very nice spell. It's quite an old one as well. Did make an appearance, I think, in... I'm going to give one of these the buff as well, as he's got nothing. I just want to burn down Obnixilis as fast as possible. So it doesn't really matter which one we do here. So we're just going to say do not pay, as there's no point. There we go. So we're going to push through 5 damage this turn. So yeah, we've essentially got 2 mana burn spell from Blaze there, and once we get the 4th mana, we've got a 4 mana burn spell which then pushes through 2 damage to... So this can deal 4 damage to a creature and 2 damage to its controller's face as well, which is quite nice. So, okay, so he's played nothing this turn, which is good for us. We found a young Pyromancer, so this was in last year's version, I think, of the game. So whenever you cast an instance or sorcery... Yeah, that was in last year's version of the game in 2015. Well, I say last year's version, the last annual release anyway. It's really annoying that you have to essentially like click on Frenzied Goblin like twice to do so. I think it's because I've got ask about activated abilities every time, something like that. Okay, so we'll just play out Young Pyromancer here. Just gives us an extra creature on the board. Is this where like we've really lucked out on Obnixilis and just found like the one like hand where he can't play anything? Okay, so he has found a 4th mana now, so I'm assuming we might see a creature this turn. Yes, we are seeing a Cruel Edict. Target opponent sacrifices a creature, so we just ditch one of our goblins, I think. Yeah, Frenzied Goblin. We're gonna get a 4th mana? No, we do get a 2nd Young Pyromancer though, which is kind of nice. We'll just swing for 3, play out our Young Pyromancer. Yeah, it's kind of interesting that he's played out like 0 creatures, and the only one he did play out we just burnt down like immediately. Yeah, Chandra's Outrage always was quite OP. For 4 mana instant that deals 4 damage and 2 to an opponent was a very, very powerful spell. I mean, we've got a lot of like crazy OP spells, like in terms of like the Brute Strength, Lightning Bolt, Blaze, all very old cards by the looks of things. Okay, here we go. We found Chandra's Outrage as well, so it's just doesn't really matter which one we do here. So we're not going to quite burn him down this turn. How much damage are you going to push through that? That's going to push through 5, I think. So yeah, that's not going to quite be enough to finish him off with either the Blaze or a Chandra's Outrage. So we'll see what he does this turn. If he plays a creature, we're just going to burn it down, so he's going to read the bones. I think we just lucked out on this Obnixilis mission. Yeah, he's basically just, like, killed himself. So we could blaze and just kill him for 2. So that was really quite straightforward. There we go, goodbye Obnixilis. That's that campaign mission dealt with. Wow, that was remarkably easy. Was not expecting that. Awesome, so that's Obnixilis dealt with. Nice one, Chandra. You just burnt him to the face. So let's make sure we read the story mission this time even. Chandra's fiery assault drives back the demon. She frees the others, and together the 4 planeswalkers bring down Obnixilis. He bellows with rage, but is forced to flee to safety. Okay, cool. So we're on to the 4th of the Oath of the Gatewatch campaign mission. So start it up and see what it says. So the 4 planeswalkers emerge to a ravaged landscape teeming with Eldrazi on the horizon. 2 Eldrazi titans approach. The planeswalkers struggle to stand their ground and rally the fleeing. Together they vow to avenge the fall of Seagate and protect the plane of Zendikar. They become the Gatewatch. Okay, so it's the Gatewatch versus the Eldrazi Brood. Very nice. I hear the final mission of this campaign is absolutely amazing, and I'm really looking forward to playing it. So wow, these have been some completely hot trash hands, but we're going to have to keep that one. So Loom Lava, yeah, I was going to say that allows me to search up for a 3rd mana, so I can find my red source for Radiant Flames with the Loam Lava, which is quite nice. Okay, so he's played. The Eldrazi Brood has played out a Blister Pod. Go infuse with the elements, so converge. Put X/1/1 counters on target creature where X is the number of. Fair enough. So we've got a couple of infuse with the elements. I don't see this one going quite so straightforward as the last one, just because we. Oh, here we go. Manalith. Add 1 mana of any colour to your mana pool. Very nice. So once we've got the 4th mana here, we're essentially going to ramp up with the next one. We'll grab the red. Reason being is so that we can actually Radiant Flames. Why did that not... Oh, I see. So basically Loam Lava put it on top of my library. I see. I was getting confused. I was like, where the hell did that red mana go? It's on top of my library, basically. So he's going to swing with the 1/3 Blister Pod, so we'll block with the Loam Lava. Yeah, okay. I'm guessing he wanted to do that so he could just trigger the Eldrazi Scion. Maybe if he was mana screwed. Yeah, it looks like he was mana screwed. So we'll call the Scions, put 2 1/1 colourless Eldrazi Scion. So maybe it wasn't the best thing to have blocked it there. There was a reason he was doing it. I mean, we're talking about the AI here, so you never know. The AI is ridiculously stupid sometimes. But so we're going to play out Manalith. So we can potentially get and infuse the elements next turn. So there, we may as well attack with the Loam Lava. Yeah, next time we can converge it and put like 4 1/1 counters on it, which would make it extremely powerful very early on. So, yeah, I mean, we could tap this down, put blue mana into our mana pool, and then infuse with the elements. Although, what I'm worried about is basically the whole priority bug system going on at the moment. And if I try and put blue mana into my mana pool with the Manalith, that... so we're going to get here. We are going to get another Manalith, which is kind of nice, but... so can I tap you down for blue and then infuse with the elements on my Loam Lava? Hey, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. So it's a 5/7 with trample now. Awesome. It does only get trample until end of turn, but the same... Oh, what we got here then? So we've got... I'm guessing that was an aligned Hedron network. So World Breaker. When you cast World Breaker, exile target artifact, enchantment or land. Let's have reach as well. So what happened there? So he... Titan's Presence. Additional cost to Titan's Presence. Reveal a colourless creature card from your hand. Exile target creature if its power is less or equal to the... Okay, so basically he's able to then just get rid of my Loam Lava. That's kind of sad, Panda, but never mind. Yeah, it's a shame that Manalith isn't part of the main game, because that is a really cool spell. The fact that you can basically tap it down for any and add any colour to your mana pool once you get it in play. Okay, so we've got a Ruination Guide here. Devoid with ingest and other colourless creatures get +1/0. Is that part of the set? Oh, it is. That was part of the last set. I don't remember that one. That's interesting. They're saying it's part of Battle for Zendikar, but I really don't remember Ruination Guide being part of the previous set, unless I'm imagining things. Unless it's part of Oath of the Gatewatch instead, maybe? Maybe Oath of the Gatewatch has the same kind of like symbol as the old... so I'm going to Radiant Flames for 2? No, we have to do it for 3, I think, basically. So there we go. Okay, so Manalith actually taps down automatically, which is kind of cool. So I'm just going to wipe away both of those there. We do need to find ourselves a creature at some point. as he destroyed our only creature we did have. Okay, what we got here? We've got Banishing Light. When Banishing Light enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and permanent controls until Banishing Light leaves the battlefield. Okay, so we're just going to play Manolith and ramp up for 3. There we go. And we've got ourselves a Banishing Light. So yeah, that essentially comes down as an extra mana, which is cool. So we can use this to exile a creature potentially, depending on what he plays. So he's going to play an Eyeless Watcher. So basically, it's going to spawn 2 1/1 Eldrazi Psalm creature tokens, I believe, which it did. So he's got 3 1/1s on the board. So we could do with a creature please deck. We've got plenty of mana here. Oh, come on! Yeah, this wasn't the best hand to start off with. We just, we had to mulligan down a little bit. I may restart in a minute if we don't get anything decent come through soon. So I can take 3 damage there, go down to 13. Yeah, we really could do with a creature now. Okay, so he's going to play Oblivion Sower, so we probably want to Banishing Light that. So he's nicked some of my mana. Actually, I don't really care about that. So, I mean, Tajaru Stalwart would have been nice, but... so he's played out the Oblivion Sower, which we can now Banishing Light. Okay, we got a second Banishing Light. I'd like a creature, please, ideally. There we go. Just gonna get rid of you and then move on. Yeah, this is rather frustrating, the fact that we're just not finding any of our creatures in this deck. I mean, I'd like to try and complete the campaign today if possible, just because okay, we've got a Eldrazi Devastator, which we've got another Banishing Light for. So we're going to take 1 damage here, not the end of the world. And then we're just going to exile you. Hey, there we go. So we've got ourselves a Tajaru Stalwart this turn. So that's going to cost 3 mana. So yeah, we'll cast it for converge cost 3. And then we've also got Banishing Light, because this taps down for a white mana, which is awesome. There we go. So was that when he played earlier, Titan's Presence? It wasn't instant, so we almost want to play Infuse with the Elements on top of Tajaru Stalwart when he's got like an empty board, or he's tapped down. So how much mana has he got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, that is a lot of mana. So also he played a Birthing Hulk. Enters the battlefield, put 2 1/1 colours Eldrazi Psalm creature tokens onto the battlefield. Okay, and you can also regenerate Birthing Hulk as well. So you get some Scions. Okay, so we're going to infuse with the elements for 4 on... okay, yeah, we can only cast it for 4. It's like I was looking at the converge cost going, why can't I put 5 on it? And it's like, there's a reason for that. So could he kill me? 1, 2, 3... I mean, he'd have to block with every single one of his creatures here to kill Tajaru Stalwart, so... No, he's going to let that go through. Okay. So we're going to push through 7 damage there. I mean, we're going to take, what, like 8 damage here, but at this point I'm like, I've got to go for broke. What have we got as well? Kozilek's Channeler. Okay, that's annoying. We don't have to restart here just because we just didn't get any kind of decent spells. We could do with the mass removal, ideally. I don't know if there's any mass removal in this deck, but... so we're going to take 6 and go down to 6. Yeah, I think this one was doomed from the start. We just did not get a good draw, really. Okay, we've got Converge. So we can cast for 4. See if we find something decent here. So choose a card to discard. So maybe just the... We've got Radiant Flames, which doesn't really help us. Got a Unified Front as well. So choose a card to discard. Plains and the... So Radiant Flames doesn't help us as that only deals 3 damage. So we're just going to Unified Front here, which is going to put 4 allies down. So we've got 4 potential blockers here. So we may as well try swinging. You never know, he might decide to block, double block. He does. So we're going to get rid of the Deathless Behemoth. Ooh. That was weird. Wasn't letting me select it there for a second. So we're going to destroy you and deal 3 damage to you. So what's you got here then? World Breaker. Okay, so I think we're almost dead at this point. So I think we probably want to restart here, just because I don't think we're coming back from this. Let's give this another go. really weird that Kozilek apparently has some giant, kind of like weird symbol above his head. Never noticed that before. Must be really annoying having that floating around your head all the time. So we're going to start off with this time. So we've got Woodland Wanderer and a Unified Front. Yeah, I'm keeping that. That's a really good creature and a really good spell, especially with the Converge. So we're going to grab a white mana, I think, with the Evolving Wilds. Hey, we've also got a Manalith, which is also very nice to see. So that essentially gives us a mana of any colour. So we don't need to worry about mana fixing at all, thanks to the Manalith. Okay, grab that one Plains though. Stretching for a second, guys. Oh, very nice. Did not realise we had Drana's Emissary in this deck. So we'll play out the island because that way basically we can play out both of these untapped. So we probably want to get Drana's Emissary down next turn. So we'll play out the Smouldering Marsh, get you down. Okay, so he's played out a Ruination Guide. So yeah, this is going to be really quite key to kind of keeping us in the game long term. So we'll play out the Manalith later on. There's no point playing it out now. We've got creatures we want to play out first, such as Woodland Wanderer and Drana's Emissary. So yeah, this is a really good creature to get early on. Well, obviously I don't know what this deck comprises of. It isn't that you look at the deck, but oh, look at that. Of course. What a surprise. So Drana's Emissary gets sent to the graveyard. I was kind of expecting that from last time, so he had the Titan's Presence last time. It kind of stood to reason that he'd probably have it this time as well. But it's not the end of the world. So we're going to get ingested there. We're going to lose a Tajaru Stalwart. At least we've got the Woodland Wanderer to come down though, so here we go. So we can cast you for 4. Ooh, we got 6/6. Very nice. So we actually casted that for, yeah, Converge 4, I think. Yeah, awesome. So we had 4 different kinds of mana down, which is very nice. Also got the Unified Front to come, so we can potentially get a ton of tokens. So I think we'll probably just cast out Manalith here, which will ramp us up. We'll also play a land on my second main phase, because I completely forgot to do that. See if he blocks. Yeah, this is a really nice creature to get early on, so we can potentially push through a lot of damage with this guy. Play out the Sunken Hollow. There's no point playing the Evolving Wilds out if we don't need to. We're all set for pretty much every single colour of mana. Okay, so what we got here? Deathless Behemoth, so it's a 6/7/6, okay. Sacrifice to... So, okay, so you can sacrifice Eldrazi Signs to bring that back from the graveyard. I didn't realise he had that much mana already, which is kind of bonkers. Okay, cool. We've got infused with the elements, which is nice to see. So I'm going to dump you on there. Basically, is going to make this a 10/10. I mean, we could get double blocked by these two. Which we are, but it's not the end of the world, as they're both pretty terrifying anyway. Did manage to push through a little bit of damage to the Eldrazi Brood's face. Might have almost been better to have kept that back, but hindsight's a wonderful thing. Okay, we've got World Breaker. Wasn't expecting that. So this might require another restart. Just because I think I've been a bit wasteful. Okay, we'll put out a Unified Front. We've got another Infuse of the Elements, so potentially we could pump up one of our tokens next turn. Push through some damage, see what he does here with the World Breaker. So exile target artifact, enchantment or land, has reach, and you can return it from graveyard to hand. Guessing that's part of the new set, which it is. Got Incubator Drone come down. So that puts a Scion token in play. Is he going to swing with the World Breaker? He is. So we're going to let that go through this turn. We're not in a great hurry, so we're probably going to infuse with the elements one of our core allies, unless we get a better one, such as Skyrider Elf. Wow, we're going to converge that for 5. That's going to be... Oh, come on. Bugger. Well, that makes me sad. Basically, that was going to win the game for us, but unfortunately, that's not to be the case anymore. So, it's going to skip attack here. May as well sacrifice you. Damn it! Why did he have to have a counter spell in hand? I say he. This is the Eldrazi Brood we're talking about. Don't know why I went for blue there. What have we got here then? Conduit of Ruin. So, yeah, that's really annoying. So what does that do? Hang on. So when you cast Conduit of Ruin, you may search your library for a colourless creature card with converted mana cost 7 or greater, reveal it, then shuffle your library and put that card on top of it. Okay. So I'm guessing he... Oh wow, that is really good, that card. I'm screwed here. I'm just going to restart again. We're going to give it another go. Third time's the charm, as they say. So yeah, this deck is not the greatest, this Gatewatch deck. Man, I really need a new office chair. This is really uncomfortable right now. My armrests are obscene. Really digging into my arms. Okay, so we've got Reflector Mage, which is nice. Yeah, this is a not bad hand. So I think we'll start off with the Evolving Wilds. Grab ourselves a blue source, maybe? Yeah, we're missing a white and a blue source for Reflector Mage, but at least we've got Tajaru Stalwart. So we'll grab a blue one first, maybe, as we've got Prisma Ray as well. Okay, we'll play out a green, so we can play out a Tajaru Stalwart next turn, which is quite nice. Okay, so he's played out Blister Pod this turn. Which is basically what he did the first time he played it. And he's played out the blue mana, which is what we expected from previous attempts at this. Okay, we've got double Reflector Mage, which is quite nice, but so we're going to tap for 3. So when it enters the battlefield, return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. That creature's owner can't cast spells of the same name as that creature until next turn. That's pretty cool. So you basically bounce the creature back, and then they can't recast it for like at least not their next turn, but the turn afterwards. So they're going to swing with that. We're going to skip blocking. Reason being is that last time we blocked that, it generated a Scion, which allowed him to do all sorts of shenanigans. So we're going to get we've got the white mana, which is good. So I'm tempted to Reflector Mage the Blister Pod, just because you know, developing the board and all that, and it bounce it back, and he can't play it again. Plus, I just want to play a new card out. There we go. Okay, so we've got a nice. This is a much better hand. This is kind of the kind of hand which we can work with, really. I feel so. We've got a lot of early drop creatures. So providing he can't kind of so put 2 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Silent creature tokens onto the battlefield. Okay, that's not the kind of card we want to bounce back. Okay, no. So that's not actually a creature. It's just a spell. It's not the end of the world then. Ooh, we've got Skyrider Elf. Very nice. We're just going to swing with our 2 creatures and then try and... Well, we can cast that because he won't be able to counter it. He's only got 1 mana open. So hopefully this will actually win it for us this time. So yeah, we're looking in a much better position than we did the last 2 attempts we've made at this. So... So what we're going to do here, so we're in a really good place right now. Okay, so he's played out a Kozilek's Channeler, which is a 4/4, and he can basically add, he can tap it down when possible and add 2 mana to his mana pool. So I almost want to Reflector Mage that, just because that way he can't recast it very easily. There we go. Then we're just going to swing with our 3 creatures. So yeah, we're in a really good place right now. This is a really good hand as well. We've got creatures to play, we got card draw, all sorts. So yeah, we are probably going to win it this time. I mean, 3rd time lucky, barring any kind of like crazy circumstance. I think we should be all right here. What's he going to play? He's going to play the Birthing Hulk. So that will come down, but we do have the Infuse with the Elements to drop onto our Skyrider Elf. I don't think that would... Nope, we are going to have to do that, because otherwise we won't be able to win this turn. So Infuse with the Elements, he can't do anything about it as he's completely tapped down. So yeah, that was this was probably the optimal hand we wanted to get here. Knowing like what the deck's like, it was... Obviously it's more a bit of a trial and error. So he's going to take you down. There's the Eldrazi's Brood defeated. So that's the kind of hand you need, just like some really cheap creatures, stuff like that. Do get 40 gold from that, very nice. Oh, that actually counts towards our daily quest as well. We have to cast blue or black spells. So the 4 Planeswalkers battle their way through the swarm, closing in on the unfathomable Eldrazi Titans. Together as the Gatewatch, they are far greater than they can ever be alone. The final battle awaits. Okay, so I think we've actually got time to try and tackle the final battle, so let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, so the Eldrazi Titans, Ulamog and Kozilek loom over the group of planeswalkers known as the Gatewatch. To have any hope of overcoming the two of the multiverse's greatest threats, the planeswalkers will need to coordinate their attacks. The battle will require the strength of the entire Gatewatch and their allies. Okay, so vanquish the Eldrazi. You must finally put rest to the Eldrazi Titans who have wreaked havoc across Zendikar. They're powerful, but the Gatewatch will come to your aid throughout the fight. So it's the Gatewatch versus Ulamog and Kozilek. Okay, 40 health versus 20. So what do we start off with here? So we've got the Gatewatch. At the beginning of some of your turns, a member of the Gatewatch would join the battles. I like that. So at the beginning of some of your turns. So what do we got here then? So we've got the 4 Oaths as well. So which one do we want to play first? Probably Oath of Gideon potentially. But we can get Oath of Nissa down first, so we may as well do that. I think this is like geared up to say we're going to do Oath of Nissa first. So you may reveal a creature. So when it enters the battlefield, look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature, land or planeswalker card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any colour to cast planeswalker spells. Well, that is awesome. So we found an island there. There we go. So we're going to find you. I like that. The fact that, so yeah, Oath of Nissa is really cool for like casting planeswalker. This is like going to, all these oaths are basically going to make a key part of a Super Friends deck, which I do look forward to creating once we get all of the Oath of the Gatewatch cards unlocked. Once we've got all the planeswalkers unlocked, basically. Okay, so turn 2, we'll drop the Mountain. I think we'll drop Oath of Chandra. Deals 3 damage to target creature an opponent controls, so will be that. And at the beginning of each end step, if a planeswalker enters the battlefield under your control this turn, Oath of Chandra deals 2 damage to each opponent. Okay, so we'll play Oath of Chandra and then destroy you. So I think we're just going to get planeswalkers randomly. Is it the start of it? Yeah. So hopefully we're going to get a planeswalker next turn would be quite nice. So what's his like special emblem? Instead of drawing a card each turn, the Eldrazi Titans put a waste onto the battlefield and put a non-land card into their hand. Okay, interesting. Interesting emblem. So what did he manage to find? Matter Reshaper. When Matter Reshaper dies, reveal the top card of your library. You may put that card onto the battlefield if it's a permanent card with a converted mana cost 3 or less. Interesting card. I think that's actually part of the expansion, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so Oath of the Gatewatch is triggering, and we're going to get Jace. Very nice. So each player draws a card, target player draws a card, so why the hell not? We'll +2. So what's the ultimate? Target player puts the top 20 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Very nice. So I think we will play the Manolith here. Can't quite get Oath of Gideon down yet, unfortunately. We don't have the white mana to do so. Okay, so because the Planeswalker entered, we did 2 damage to the Eldrazi. So basically, we're about 6 turns away from having to face one of the Titans. So he's going to go for Jace here. So Jace is going to take 2 damage, unfortunately. So we've got here then Hedron Crawler adds mana to your mana pool. Okay, so you're going to trigger. Which Planeswalker do we find? We found Nissa. Very nice. So play the Prairie Stream here. I'm also going to play our Oath of Gideon, I think, just because any Planeswalkers that come down in future will allow us to... so that allows us to... What did it do there? So when it enters the battlefield, put 2 1/1 white core ally creature tokens onto the battlefield. Each plane... Yeah, so we just got some bonus allies there, which is quite nice. We're going to +2 Jace. So each player is going to draw a card. We've got Immolating Glare, destroy target attacking creature, and then we're also going to +1 Nissa as well, I think, which will get us an extra token. And then Oath of Chandra is going to trigger, deal 2 damage to the Titans even. So this is a really cool one. This is basically a Super Friends deck. So is he going to block with Matter Reshaper? Oh, sorry, he's going to swing with Matter. He's going to... So we're just going to destroy target attacking creature with our Immolation Glare. Protect our Jace. So he's going to find a Hedron Crawler. So he's basically ramping up right now. So we need to start being a bit more proactive, I think, with swinging at our opponent's face to try and beat him down a bit. So we need to maybe start using this as -1. Okay, so he's played a Oblivion Sir, so we lose some of our mana, and we also lose a Gideon's Phalanx. Put 4 2/2 white knight creature tokens with Vigilance onto the battlefield. Why was this never part of Origins? My god. Put 4 2/2 white knight creature tokens with Vigilance onto the battlefield and Spell Mastery. And then what was the other one we lost there? We also lost a Woodland Wanderer, which is fine. So we're going to get ourselves another Planeswalker here. We are going to get Gideon. Awesome. So let's put a white knight onto the battlefield. We're going to Banishing Glare you, I think. So we're going to exile the Oblivion Sir. There we go. We went +1 Jace. What we'll do, we'll -2 Nissa. So we so basically all of our creatures gain an attack, and then we'll just swing like so. We probably want to use Jace for attack. Sorry, Gideon for attacking in future, maybe. See what he does. So we're just going to swing for 5 here, and then we might as well play out Oath of Jace, as we've got nothing else to do. Do we use Jace's ability? So we draw 3 cards, and we have to discard 2. So we'll toss the Evolving Wilds and maybe the island. Yeah, we'll keep the Canopy Vista, and then we need to +2 Jace as well, trying to get him up to his -10. Very nice. We actually managed to find ourselves a Gideon's Phalanx. So we dealt 2 damage to the Eldrazi. So I don't know how many. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana on the board. So what we got here then. Endless One. Endless One enters the battlefield with X/1/1 counters on it. Okay, so he's cast that for 8. So we've got an 8/8 on the battlefield now. So he won't be able to swing this turn, and what we're going to do is probably going to Reflector Mage the 8/8. Just seeing what he's going to do here. So he's cast another Endless One? How the hell did he cast another Endless One? I'm confused. Oh no, he cast one for 2. Right, I see. I was like, how the hell did he cast another one? It's only, oh right, he's only casting it for 2. So, select cards to put on top of your library. So, ooh, we've got a Felidar Sovereign. I would probably want that. Select cards to put on the top of your library. Maybe you also want a Skyrider Elf. We don't really need mana at this point. So what does Jace's one do? At the beginning of your upkeep, scry X, where X is the number of planeswalkers you control. Okay, fair enough. So, I think we're going to bounce back the 8/8 with the Reflector Mage, just because it's a pretty terrifying creature. Go. What do we want to do here? So I think we want to +1 Gideon. Maybe we want to activate his emblem soon as well. +1 Nissa. +2 Jace. So we do get that Felidar Sovereign. Maybe cast Skyrider Elf on my end step. So we've got a good board here, so we're just going to swing with all here. Deal a lot of damage. Okay, so he's going to block one of our tokens, I think. Here we go. And we're just going to play the Skyrider Elf out as an extra creature. So we've gone down to 17, so we're in a fairly good place right now, unless we see one of the Eldrazi come down, one of the Titans maybe, if he's got them in hand. Okay, so what we got here then? So he's exiling my Skyrider Elf. That's fine by me. You do that. That's not the end of the world. Okay, so what we got here then, Conduit of Ruin. When you cast it, you may search your library for a colourless creature with converted mana cost 7 or greater, reveal it, then shuffle your library and put that card on top. Okay, so I'm guessing we're going to see maybe one of the Titans here. So yeah, I know we've got Desolation Twin. Did not expect that. So 5/5 has come down. So I don't know what we're going to do here yet. Haven't decided. So I think we've got all of the Gatewatch down by now, haven't we? So Spatial Contortion. Target creature gets +3/-3 until end of turn. So that's our Night Ally going to the graveyard. Okay, so which one are we missing? Is it Chandra? Ah, excellent. So we'll put pacifism on top of our library, I think. That's all we really need. So we're going to pacify you. I think we're going to get Jace's emblem. Gives all creatures +1. I think we're going to go for Chandra's elemental ones. Yeah, we'll +1 Chandra. We'll +1 Nissa. We're getting very busy here. We're +2 Jace. Very nice. We'll drop a Prairie Stream. We do have Felidar Sovereign. We'll play that on our end step though. And then we'll just swing with all at the Eldrazi's face and see what he does. We've got a lot of we've got all 4 Oaths, all 4 Planeswalkers, and lots of other things just knocking around right now. Look at that, beautiful. So he's down to 3. So providing we just don't outright die this turn, so he's actually going to go down to 1 here. So providing we can push through 1 more damage, we should be okay. I don't know what he's got, whether or not he's got some kind of like sweeper. Like all to dust could be potentially terrifying. Okay, so he's played what's the word I'm looking for? Played Desolation Twin. Not really too bothered about that. So all we really need to do is just push through 1 damage. X damage to each creature doesn't really help there. I'm trying to see if any of the Planeswalker abilities would allow me to push through that 1 point of damage. So I think we've still got enough creatures to essentially push this through here. So yeah, we should have enough here to push through at least that 1 point of damage. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're fine. We can do this. So Jace is going to allow us to scry. Doesn't really matter at this point. We can, grab Royal Spout. Be the AI, troll them. But I think we're going to +1 Jace. Maybe play Gideon's Phalanx as well. Why the hell not? At this point, it doesn't really matter. +1 Chandra as well. Okay, I think that's basically game over. So we're just going to then just swing with everything. Right at Kozilek's face, which should be Kozilek and what's the other one? The other Eldrazi Titan. There we go. So we actually have won Oath of the Gatewatch. That was a really fun campaign mission. Actually beating down the Eldrazi like that was pretty fun. New cards unlocked. So I don't know what cards we unlocked there, but. So we got then. The Titans have fallen, the Gatewatch has succeeded. Where alone they would have failed. Free from the Eldrazi Scourge, the Zendikar has a chance to begin again. New life is already finding a way. Okay, new cards have been added to your collection apparently, so I don't know what they are. Apparently we've unlocked some of these new archetypes. But yeah, so that is the end of the Oath of the Gatewatch campaign. So I do have some packs to open in terms of like Oath of the Gatewatch cards, so we can open up almost a quarter of the box, which is quite nice. I may do that after my. Do I open a few now? Yeah, let's open a few now. So we want to open some Oath of the Gatewatch. Can't quite open that many, unfortunately. So we'll open up 8. So let's do that. Okay, so let's open the first booster. See what we get from Oath of the Gatewatch. So we've got Jury N Ruin Diver. So whenever you cast your second spell each turn, draw a card. So that'd be great for a red-blue control deck. Once they get the whole priority system sorted, that will be quite nice. We've got Stoneforge Acolyte, so Cohort, so it's another ally. So tap an untapped ally control. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an equipment card from among them. That's an equipment-based card. We've got a Reaver Drone. So at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life unless you control another colourless creature. Ancient Crab. Gravity Negator, so Devoid Flying. Whenever Gravity Negator attacks, you may pay 1 mana. If you do, another target creature gains flying until end of turn. Kozilek's Translator, so Devoid, pay 1 life, add 1 mana to your mana pool. Okay, interesting. So what we got next? We've got another Gravity Negator. We've got a Brute Strength. So, okay, this has actually made it from Chandra's campaign into the main one now. So like I said, it's similar to Titan Strength, but without the scry. It gives you Trample though, which Titan Strength does not give you, which is quite cool. Scion Summoner, so enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 colourless Eldrazi Scion creature token onto the battlefield. Walker of the Wastes. Walker of the Wastes gets +1/+1 for each land you control named Wastes. pretty cool. We've got the Reflector Mage, very nice. And a Stoneforge Masterwork. A creature gets +1/+1 for each other creature you control that shares a creature type with it. Wow, that's really good. So that would be great for like any kind of tribal deck. I'm tempted to like drop that into maybe my like my wolf werewolf tribal deck that I've been making. Pretty sweet. Oh, very nice. We've got Oath of Chandra, Roiling Waters. So these are all rares, so we only can have 2 of them maximum. We've got Isolation Zone, enters battlefield, exile target creature and target creature or enchantment an opponent controls until Isolation Zone leaves the battlefield. Pretty cool. Umara Entangler, Prowess. So very nice. Could be good for like a control deck where you're playing lots of spells. Tar Snare, target creature gets -3/-2 until end of turn. Kazul's Toll Collector. Attach target equipment you control to Kazul's Toll Collector. Activate its ability anytime you can cast a sorcery. That's pretty cool. So you can equip equipment for free. We've also got Roiling Waters. Return up to 2 target creatures your opponent controls to the owner's hands. Target player draws 2 cards. Not the best card, I'm going to be honest. Okay, so we've got Umara Entangler again. Comparative Analysis. Target player draws 2 cards, and you can also pay its Surge cost. Expedite, target creature gains haste until end of turn and draw a card. Very nice, good for aggressive decks. Walker of the Waste, again, Roiling Waters and Sylvan Advocate, so we've got a new elf card. Vigilance, as long as you control 6 or more lands, Sylvan Advocate and land creatures you control gain +2/+2. Interesting. So it's good for like a maybe an Awakening deck, that one. Taking a little bit of time here to open up this pack, annoyingly. There we go, so we've got Slip Through Space. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Draw a card. Very nice, it's actually really useful. Comparative Analysis, so seeing you again. Kozilek's Translator. Devoid, pay 1 life, add 1 mana to a mana pool. Yeah, we've already seen that one. Got Void Grafter. Devoid, Flash. When it enters the battlefield, another target creature you control gains hexproof until end of turn. Wow, that's really good actually. That's good for like a tempo deck, so maybe it's worth trying to put together like a brand new Simic tempo. Embodiment of Fury, so a 4/3 elemental with trample. Land creatures you control have trample. Cool. Landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may have target land you control become a 3/3 elemental creature with haste until end of turn. That's actually really cool. That'd be like really good for making some kind of like land creature deck. Eldrazi Displacer, exile another target creature, then return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. Not bad. Okay, so Oblivion Strike, Devoid, exile target creature. Wow, awesome. 4 mana exile cards. So, you know, we've gotten rid of the 5 mana exile white card, but now we're seeing other exile cards, which is pretty cool. Got an Akoum Flameseeker, so we can tap an untapped ally control, discard a card. If you do so, draw a card. Interesting. Got a Maw of Kozilek, gets +2/-2 until end of turn. It's actually really cool as it's got like 5 health already. Seen you before. Cyclone Sire. When it dies, you may put 3 +1/+1 counters on target land you control. If you do, that land becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste until end. With haste, that's still a land. Okay, interesting. Okay, so yeah, it just converts. So it's basically just more ways of converting lands into creatures. I was just like confused there for a second. I was like, it's a 0/0, but it has 3 counters on it. So similar to the Awaken cards. So again, the game's running slow here. Just clicking my back there. So got to wait here for a second. For some reason, it's being really slow. Come on, game. We ain't got all day. I want to round off the episode soon. So I want to open up all these packs and then probably round it off. Yeah, when we get there finally. Taking its time. Here we go. So what do we got here then? Tar Snare, Brute Strength, Maw of Kozilek, Cliffhaven Vampire. Ooh, another vampire, but flying. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. So potentially making, like, you've got red-black vampires, and you've also got the possibility of splashing in some white and adding things such as Cliffhaven and the is it like Nissa's Chosen or something? No, not Nissa's. It's the other white-black vampire. So that could be pretty cool, like white, black, red, vampires, or even just red-black, whatever you choose. We've got Unity of Purpose, support 2, put +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Untap each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it. Awesome. And here we go, we've got the matter reshaper again, so we saw that from the campaign mission. And the final pack for today, we've got Kozilek. Awesome, the Great Distortion. So 10 mana. When you cast Kozilek, the Great Distortion, if you have fewer than 7 cards in hand, draw cards equal to the difference. Wow, awesome. It's got Menace, and discard a card with converted mana cost X. Counter target spell with converted mana cost X. Awesome. So Kozilek's pretty sweet, so can potentially go into some ramp decks. So yeah, awesome. So we've got our first mythic rare from Oath of the Gatewatch. Would have been nice if we found 1 or 2 of the Planeswalkers. And then we've also got Lead by Example, so again a support 2, so we can put +1/+1 counter to each of 2 target creatures. Got another Void Grafter, another Slip Through Space. Okay, so you're currently offline. No wonder things were going a bit skewy there. Okay, so yeah, we've got 600 gold left, but I think we won't spend it today. That'll get us about 4 packs, yeah. So we've only got 12% of Oath of the Gatewatch unlocked right now, but I will be unlocking that slowly as we go through. But yeah, we're going to end off the episode here for now. As always, guys, don't forget to comment and like if you've enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.